What's up, YouTube? SwooCube here. I turned this into this. And then I built a 1v1 draft cube. And today we're gonna break down how this actually plays. I'm gonna walk through a sample draft, sample deck build, and a couple example turns so you can get a real feel for how to play Pokemon Pocket in real life with 2 players in a limited format. So this cube functions with mutant evolution rules and is drafted via a 3x3 grid draft. I talk about that in some of my other videos on this topic. So check my channel, check the playlist, and you will see those there. I'm gonna actually just go ahead and jump right into the grid draft here. I have already done 7 of the 9 rounds and have my pool of cards off to the side. So I'm going to just show you the last couple rounds to give you a feel for how this works, right? So, ooh, that's a good pull. Right, we'll just lay out this draft. And just some color on the deck that I currently have going. Seems to be taking a fighting grass direction. So I'm pretty happy to see that top row. I'll simulate both picks here. So I'll take the first pick and am clearly going with Hitmonlee, EX, and blue. Then my opponent would have a choice of a row or column from the remaining cards. And let's say they take Pikachu, Tauros, and Zapdos. That's a pretty strong pile. Remaining 3 cards are just discarded for the remainder of the draft and not used. Go final round here. Graplock, Blastoise, Vulpix, Potion, Bruxish, Misty, Caterpie, Hitmonchan. Now my opponent gets the first pick, and let's say they feel pretty good about the deck they've already built, but they don't want me to have access to Caterpie and Hitmonchan because they've kind of seen the picks I've been making. So they're just going to counter pick and take those options away from me, which leaves me the choice of a row or column from this. And I'll go with the Graplock and the Potion. So that was round 8 and 9 of the draft that I'm kind of dropping you here in the middle of. And now I'm going to walk through a sample deck build. So we have here cards that I'd previously drafted. I'm just going to kind of lay them out by stage. Let's see, we got a Graplock in there, Hitmonlee in there. We'll just do the Pokemon first and then we'll worry about the trainers, right? So from this pool of cards, I need to construct basically the Pokemon for a 20 card deck. So I'm looking here for maybe somewhere between 9 and 12 Pokemon. And I've got certainly have some interesting options here. Now with Mutant Evolution, any basic can evolve into any stage 1, which can evolve into any stage 2. However, in this cube, I have the rules such that you need to predetermine your evolution trees. So basically I need to arrange my Pokemon in the manner I would like them to evolve in game. I take a picture of it so I can remember, and then we just play as normal. So off the cuff here, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove, I got a pretty good density of on color cards. I'm gonna remove the cards that aren't exactly on color, and I'll still be able to make some cuts here. Get Greninja out of here, although I may want to consider having Greninja back in the mix. That's a card that doesn't really need to attack to be good. All right, so I definitely want to build towards a strong stage 2 here. Golem and Venusaur actually might work as part of the same line. And I think what we'll do is go Exeggutor and Graplocked as the stage 1, just because the energy requirements kind of work, right? You can kind of ramp up from 3 to 4 or 4 to 4, and that's okay. I absolutely want Execute as the basic in this line because that is energy acceleration as well. And we'll go ahead and put Tangela in that mix as a chunkier stage 1 that can do some damage. Now, my next line, we're going to build with Hitmonlee, Cubone, Primeape, and Aerodactyl. And this is just something interesting to talk about here, right? I could, if I wanted to, if I wasn't going to play, actually, no, I could, here, just for the sake of example, right? We're following Pokemon Pocket logic as we're constructing these evolution lines. So in Pocket, you can only have 2 basics as part of a line. So that's set. But once you get to stage 1 and stage 2, if a Pokemon has a basic version and an EX version, you can include both. So you could have, theoretically, a line in Pokemon Pocket with 2 basics and 3 or 4 stage 1s. So that is an option here. Because I have an EX at the top of this line, I could slide Greninja in and say, you know, I could evolve from Graplocked or Execute into Greninja or Golem or Venusaur EX. I don't think I'm going to do that because I think I'd be losing value on the amount of energy that I need to attach to these Pokemon. And I don't want to have a 4 energy Greninja kind of floating out there. So that's not a play I want to make. Another thing to note is EXs have to be in the top row of your evolution. So I could not slide Aerodactyl here into this line and still have stage 2s on top of it. And that's because in Pokemon Pocket and in the real life card game, you can't ever really evolve from EXs. So we're kind of keeping that rule intact. Really, basically, you just follow Pokemon Pocket evolution logic, arrange them as so. This gives me 10 Pokemon. I want to have more basics. I've got a couple good options here. I think we'll go Celebi EX, and depending on my trainer suite, I might also want to play Kangaskhan as well. So that is kind of where I'm looking at right now. I'm going to slide these over to the side a little bit, and we'll take a look at the trainer cards that I pulled, right? So that's not my trainer cards. Where are my trainer cards? That's not my trainer cards. Here we go. Okay. So we have, I'm just going to separate items from supporters. We got a pretty good mix here. So we've got at our disposal 2 blues, 2 Giovannis, a Blaine, a Sabrina, an Erica, and a Leaf. I am absolutely not interested in Blaine, obviously. We can also probably get rid of the Pokemon Flute and the Pokédex as less powerful options. This is a deck that has some tanky Pokemon, so potions might be good to help them survive multiple hits. We'll definitely think about that. If I go with 11 Pokemon, I will need 9 trainers, but I'm freely given 2 copies of Professor's Research and Pokeball at the start of the draft. So these are automatically kind of included in my deck. So I'm really looking at either basically filling 5 slots here from this mix of trainers. I absolutely want to include Leaf and X-Speed, given the high retreat costs in this line. Want to make sure I'm able to pivot there. So those will for sure be going in. That means I need to fill 3 more slots. And we're going to say, let's get Kangaskhan out of here. I've got some strong supporters. We will, because we have Potion and we're doing a two color line, I don't think we really need Erica so much. As strong as it is, man, we've got a basic Celebi. Maybe we'll think about that. Sabrina for sure. And then 2 more, right? Gotta make 2 more basically from Giovanni Blue and Erica. We will say a Giovanni and a Potion, and we'll make that our 9 trainers to support our 7 Pokemon, or 11 Pokemon kind of lineup here. So that's our deck. Shuffle up. Now our opponent, while we've been doing this, has done the same. Oh, before I shuffle up, got to take a picture, right? Because even though we've only got 10 Pokemon to keep track of, it's still a lot to keep track of in game when you're thinking about the plays you want to make. So what I do is kind of just lay out the deck, snap a photo as such, right? And kind of have that on hand during the game. That's something we can keep track of and the opponent can refer to because we play open deck list games. Now, let's shuffle this up real quick. As I am doing so, the energy system in this cube, because 2 color decks are kind of the norm, and in Pokemon Pocket, a coin flip chance each turn is a little bit too punishing for 2 color decks, that I've adjusted the rules. So the way I track energy is with these colored beads. nice and small and kind of easy to keep track of. And I have players assemble a pool of energy before the deck. I did mine in advance. So this is 15 grass energy and 15 fighting. Grass is a green bead, fighting is an orange bead. And what I do each round is shake the cup, blindly pull 2 out, got a fighting and a grass, and I just choose one to attach and throw the other one back. And that way, you have a greater chance of getting the energy you're looking for every turn. It's about a 75% chance, assuming you have equal numbers of the beads in here, as opposed to a 50% chance. So that gives players a lot more agency from turn to turn in as they build their and play their 2-color deck. So we'll draw our starting hand. All right, that's pretty good. So we're off to a good start with the right line here. We've got a Pokeball and an X speed, so yeah, good. Tangela goes up front in the active, nothing on the bench. Let's just assume we've got first energy advantage, so opponent takes their turn. Our turn, we draw Cubone. So I will absolutely play a Cubone to the bench. I will go ahead and play Pokeball. So the way that I handle Pokeball in this cube, because I trust my opponents, is simply shuffle first and then look at cards from the top of the deck until you hit a basic. First card's a Celebi, so there you go. I have you look instead of reveal, because revealing cards from the top of the deck in an open deckless format gives a ton of information to the opponent and can really disadvantage you for playing Pokeball. Don't want that. But because I'm playing with friends and family and I trust them and nobody's really cheating here, that is the best way that I've found to execute Pokeball. So we will drop that Celebi onto the bench. And I'm going to go ahead and play Research. Draw 2. All right, we are off to the races here with this Venusaur EX line, right? We've got our 2 stage 2s that evolved from Tangela and Venusaur at the top end. I'll go ahead and attach my energy for the turn. Take 2 out. Got 2 fighting. It's fine. Put 1 on Tangela. We're just going to kind of try and build up to a grapple lock here. Opponent go ahead and takes their turn. Then our turn comes back to us. We draw. Got a Primeape, which is the stage 2 of the Cubone line. So that's cool. We're going to go ahead and evolve that. And I'm going to check energy now. You get to see what energy you pick before you decide where to attach it. So depending on what I pull here, that's 2 more fighting. Now, if I was going to, now I have an actual game choice here, right? Because I didn't get my green energy, my grass energy. So I can't attack with Tangela this turn. And I can attack with Primeape. So I have to decide, do I want to put this on Tangela and build up to Grapple Locked, or do I want to pivot with X Speed and get the Primeape out and start hitting for 50? Whether, this is kind of a good point to kind of stop the demo, because what is the appropriate choice there really depends on what the opponent is up to. But I think Grapple Lock's a fun Pokemon, so I'd probably just try to do that if I could. Anywho, that is my demo. Thank you for following along. I hope this made sense. I've been really enjoying playing Pokemon Pocket this way. The limited cube format has just a metric ton of replayability and all sorts of interesting synergy that you never really get to see when you're using the cards, the Pokemon in their traditional evolution lines. There's a lot of fun plays you can pull off that are just totally wonky and great. So please like and subscribe to this video. I do have another cube that I built for this already that's expanded from this 1v1 cube, which is an 81 card cube that's 5 colors, 5 types. My expanded cube is twice the size and includes all types except for steel or metal. And that's that. So I'll be back soon with another breakdown video on the bigger cube and probably some gameplay for that as well. But thank you very much for following. It's been really fun seeing the amount of people that are interested in kind of adapting Pokemon Pocket for real world play in this way. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I will talk to you soon. Be blessed.